Hey, what is up, guys? It's your boy, G.I. Joe, G.I. for short. Hope everyone's having a great day today. Sun's shining, families can still be together. I think that's awesome. Check it out. I had a movie idea last year that I thought was actually pretty cool. I actually came up with the idea all by myself. There was no influence through Hollywood for this idea. I kind of came up with it by myself, and so let me tell you about it. So basically, it's an ET Contact movie where there was a civilization, a celestial civilization that actually came in contact with us to grow our consciousness, basically. A society just like us, different dimension, went through progressions just like us, you know, a lot of different wars and everything, and just getting to know one another, population, stuff like that. As a population, they were able to raise their consciousness, and they were able to raise their intellect all the way to a point that they were actually able to use universal law of attraction. They were able to advance all the way to the point of operating starships, going from dimension to dimension, and also weaponry, stuff like that. And now, the only way that they're able to use these types of things is to use universal power. The only way to tap into universal power is to be in a state of universal peace or harmony. Now, this race grew to a level of consciousness and intellect that was above conflict. Okay, it was above conflict. They visit us here and everything, and this is the contrary part. This is contradictory to every single Hollywood movie out there right now. The ETs cannot attack us. They cannot attack us. And you say, well, why wouldn't they attack us? Well, they're above conflict. They're already above conflict. And to attack a consciousness race that is lower than your race, and then not even out of self-defense, that's going to be lower than conflict. They are already above conflict. So if they were to attack us, they would lose all their power, yo. They would lose all of their universal power. They would lose all the power of their starships. They would lose all the power of their weaponry. And they would literally plummet to the ground. You know, the ETs were, you know, they basically come here and they can help us grow our consciousness to the level that we can actually use these types of technologies. It kind of works like a baby. If you're holding a baby in your hands, that baby slaps you in the face. What are you going to do? You're not going to just rear back and just man slap this baby in the face. I mean, you could, but you would lose all of your what? You would lose all of your power. You would lose all of your power as an adult. We would call you a child. Probably lock you up for slapping a kid, endangering a child, you know? And so that's the exact same thing with this concept. They know our consciousness. They know that we have a baby mind whenever it comes to the mind that they have. So they want to help us. They want to help us grow that. You want to help a child grow. A child can be an adult, but it has to be developed. Now this concept I came up with all by myself. And I came up with the concept from a lot of science research and development of natural law, metaphysicalities, and harmony of peace. Basically, I've came into a lot of personal development, growth type of information and education. Since then, I've actually been going to school for hypnotism. And so getting into cosmic consciousness law, and also into just the Hypnosis Academy to grow my own consciousness and really kind of step out of the box whenever it comes to what consciousness means, how we can grow it and everything. So this was all a concept that I had inside of my own mind. I was into comedy before all of this. I wasn't really into ET, nothing like that or anything. So it kind of came to me at a level of belief that I could think that this might be true. So that's my idea. fast forward, that was last year, 2017. Fast forward to this year, 2018. I go over to my friend Nick's house, and he's into some different types of YouTube videos and everything. I hit him up, and he's watching this guy. His name is Dr.Steven Greer, and Dr. Steven Greer, he's basically been the leader in the last 25 years in uncovering special access projects inside of the deep, deep black, like military, industrial complex, government, black government style. And never really been into that either, but you know how you kind of, breadcrumb into what your friends are into. Started kind of watching Dr. Greer whenever I went over to Nick's house, and man, get this, guys. I was right. I was right. I still am right. I'm right. My idea, my movie idea that I came up through cosmic consciousness and just through universal law is actually correct. It's actually correct. ETs actually want to help us. And check this out. Dr. Steven Greer, I'm going to have some links below, but Dr. Steven Greer, he basically over the last 25 years has been uncovering unacknowledged special access projects. Now, a special access project is one that the Senate may know about, higher people in Congress would know about, Joint Chief of Staff would know about, and the President would actually know about these things. They would be briefed into them, they would be read into these types of things. An unacknowledged special access project is a project that has been unacknowledged by anyone in the Congress, the President, anyone who we've elected as officials. It's been unacknowledged to them. They have no idea that it's going on. No idea that these projects are going on. And so why is this important? It's important because a lot of people know about the problems going on today, the challenges going on today. The two big challenges are, number one, poverty throughout the entire globe, and number two, global warming whenever it comes to climate change, and the energy crisis, and different types of energy, clean energy that we need to save this entire planet. And so, check this out. I'm super sorry to say, but guys, we're 100 years behind. We're 100 years behind in terms of technology. And I know that, everyone's saying, oh yeah, we've made a lot of advancements. And we have, and I'm really thankful for the advancements that we have made. But we are 100 years behind in advancements for technology. We literally are Stone Age. We're on the 1880s combustible engines inside of new cars. 2018 cars have 1880s technology inside of them. Why is that? Why am I saying that we're 100 years, behind? Well, Dr. Greer talks about a box, a little 2x2 box, whatnot, that is a generator. It's actually a generator box. It'll generate power. And the thing about this box is that it works on electromagnetics. Electromagnetic gravitics is the entire thing, but it works on what they call the 0-point gravitational field. It works on the electromagnetic field. It works on basically gravity. It works on basically gravity, dude. Check us out. Man, I'm really passionate about this, guys. I love everyone, and I really want everyone to know this. Thank you so much for sticking with me this far. Basically, this box in the 1920s. In 1920, there was an inventor of this actual box. He had a farm, and he was running his entire farm, one box, his entire farm, working on the electromagnetic field. And basically, the government came in and basically black-shelved this box. They black-shelved this invention, and they put it in the deep black compartments of the government. Now, there's 21 compartmentalized departments above the president. 21 compartmentalized departments above the president. Now, what do I mean by compartmentalized? Well, they're compartmentalized, which means that every single department, only the people in that department know about that department. Even the people in the lower department, in the same black agenda that's going on inside of the military-industrial complex, deep black side, they don't even know about it. They don't even know about it. The secrecy is insane. The secrecy is definitely a national and global threat. And so what they did to this box was they went ahead and they black shelved it. They put it inside of these unacknowledged special access projects, and they went ahead and they kept on upgrading it and kept on basically updating it. Fast forward 100 years later, they still have the boxes. They have the boxes in unacknowledged special access projects deep underground in Kirtland Air Force Base, about 50 floors down. Kirtland Air Force Base does go 50 floors down. It's also connected to Los Alamos, Dulce, New Mexico, all underground passageways. Better than railways. These work on electromagnetics as well. Have these boxes there. They've been developing them. The thing about these boxes now is that one box per household, even one box per building, can power the entire building for 50 to 100 years. Free power. 50 to 100 years, free power. Now, that's amazing for us as far as the population is concerned. What would that do? Well, basically everything. We wouldn't need a lot of things. We wouldn't need petrol, gas. We wouldn't even need an actual dollar system. We would be able to actually evolve. Okay, but the government has went ahead and put that in these compartmentalized projects, and they're actually updating them, upgrading them, and using them within their own agendas, within their own types of technologies. This has been happening for a super long time. They've uncovered things from Roswell. They've uncovered things from different places, and they've went ahead and put them inside of these unacknowledged special access compartmentalized projects and kept on working on them over the last 60, 70, 100 years. Kept on working on them. Why is this helpful? Well, I tell you guys all of that just to tell you this one thing right here. This one thing. The black part of the government, the deep black part of the government, 21 compartmentalized projects, basically the Illuminati. They're not called the Illuminati anymore. They're called Majestic Magi. They're going to hoax an alien invasion on the world, and this is pretty crucial. This is pretty good information to know. I don't care if you believe me. I don't care if you believe me. All I want you to do is get the information. I love and respect everyone that I'm sending this video privately to, and I really want everyone to know this information. Okay, because I didn't for a very, very long time. Now that I have the information, it's been some of the most encompassing information that I have actually come into contact with. Now, once this may or may not does probably happen, I'd say next 5 to 10 years, whatnot, there is a solution. And that solution is called CE5. Okay? CE5. Alright? CE5 is a meditational group out in the wilderness that basically works on consciousness. It works on growing consciousness and the power of consciousness. All extraterrestrials, all beings, things like that. Once again, they work on that power of consciousness, that universal consciousness. The thing about us and extraterrestrials is that we all have the same God. We all have the same power. We all come from the same substance, original substance. Okay, and so we can actually contact with them. We can actually connect with them, and we can actually basically put a stop to this entire thing with their help, extraterrestrials' help, and they will help us. But you have to know about this. You have to know that extraterrestrials, as opposed to aliens, extraterrestrials are here to help our consciousness and are here to help humanity take its place in the celestial communities that are happening right now. Okay? Happening right now. An alien is something completely alien to our universal power that we are all connected to. They might be clones. They might be man-made. They might be a stagecraft or aircraft that Lockheed Martin, Lockheed Skunk Works, and the others have been put into these black projects and are trying to hoax. So you got to know the difference between an alien and an extraterrestrial. Aliens are usually alien to universal power. Extraterrestrials work on the universal power and frequency that we work on as well. So they want to help us. Now, they're above conflict. So an invasion would be conflict. It would be something that an extraterrestrial would not be doing. That would be something that the government would be doing. Now, check this out. If this happens, okay, and you know about this information, you'll be good. Okay? If it doesn't happen and you know this information, you'll be good. Okay? But if it happens and you did not know this information, you would be so amazingly confused and running towards any government official that said they knew what was going on, that you'd probably follow under any type of agenda that is going on in a state of crisis whenever that does happen. Okay? Now, we're doing CE5 missions. I'm getting a group together in Albuquerque, and we're doing CE5 missions. We have some land. One of my friends in Moriarty, and we're looking at getting some other land that we can actually go to. You got to be away from cell phone towers. You got to be away from radio waves, different types of fields that are going on, stuff like that. Especially because we live in New Mexico, there's a lot of different bases that are around us. We're kind of surrounded by bases, so we have to be out a little bit further, and we're trying to do this pretty frequently. I would love for you to join in and get into this CE5 protocol, because literally, guys, if and when shit hits the fan, what we do got is all we really need. And that's intelligence, that's consciousness. Please share this video with your friends, family, anyone who you think is of value to you. Also anyone who you think can hold this information and actually, have it be viable to them. Even if it falls on deaf ears. I really want to get this information out to my friends, family, to my loved ones, people that are there. I'm going to be putting a few video references underneath of this video, so you can actually check that out too. Some Dr. Greer videos and some other stuff like that, so you can do your own research. I was kind of stubborn as well. Went over to my friend's house. It took me a couple times to go to my friend's house and say, what the hell is this guy still on? And then boom, everything all clicked for me. And you just got to get the information. So remember, number one, if this happens and you know about it, you'll be good. If it doesn't happen and you know about it, then you'll be good. But if it happens and you do not know about it, you will be so amazingly confused that it will be traumatic for you, your family, for everyone trying to really kind of survive and get out. not scare anyone, because we have the solution, CE5. Thanks everyone.